Just a tad bit more. 80 for an expected high for this afternoon. 83 on Saturday, 85 on Sunday. So it's something to look forward to over the course of the weekend. So it'll be very nice. Again, 41 degrees now at KWRD 1470, 98.5. And on our Friday edition of our program, Seven Waters Advisors, George McFarland. He is right here.
Was that a drum roll?
I'm trying to figure out how I can work Roger from the
Rest of the story?
yes, and Roger and George just don't they don't work together. So
No, in fact, I thought you were talking about Roger Rabbit, like.
we were trying to figure out who Roger was. Who it was gonna
Yeah.
be,
No, the pianist. Got you.
Ended up being somebody we hadn't planned.
Well, what it is I am a masterful pianist.
Really?
No, not at all. The only thing I can play is the radio.
There you go. And even that you changed channels all the time. You're a button pusher, as we used to call it.
That's it.
That's right.
I'm a good one, too.
Very good. Seven Waters Advisors, what is going on this morning? What's the big topic of the day?
Well, as far as the big topic of the day, I'll get into that in just a minute. But I want to let everybody know the first Wednesday of October, which is October the 6th, New Life Church will be launching a new youth service. It'll be once a month.
November?
November the 6th.
Yes.
Yes. Are we in October still? Okay. Yeah. After Halloween on the 6th.
Yes.
We will, we're going to have some different types of activities. According to Alex, it's going to be some spinning type of carnival games. So we're going to be throwing some hot dogs up in there. So I'm sure we're going to get at least one or two pukers. Just joking. No, but well, we're going to have some fun times. Little carnival games, a little bit of food as a kickoff for a monthly Wednesday night service. So obviously any teenagers, anybody, junior high and high school are invited. And mom and dad, you're welcome to come too. We also have some things for you.
Very good. And all this going on where?
New Life Church, right over across the street from the middle school.
Yep.
It'll be 6 o'clock is when we start. I hope I'm not lying to you guys, but I'm pretty sure it's 6 o'clock when we start. And then one more plug. Remember, we do have our mentorship program at the local schools. Please, if you have 15 minutes to come and talk to some of these kids about, life modeled in a proper way. A lot of times these kids don't have good modeling at home, and you may be the one person to come in and say something that clicks, sparks that fire inside their mind to rise above where they are right now. So,
very good. So check that out. Now, in the financial world, what is happening?
There is a lot happening, right? You've got a lot of unrest over the president's, who's going to be president, what's going to happen to our taxes, what's going to happen to our economy. Mere weeks away. Get out to vote, right? You may feel like your vote doesn't matter, and in some ways, I guess people might feel that way, but at least get out to vote, because if enough people think their votes don't matter, it may not go the way you want it. So we got a election coming up. Interest rates have been high. They're starting to come down a little bit. What can that mean for the way that you invest your money? First of all, there are certain investment vehicles that are directly impacted by interest rates, bonds. And so if you do have some bonds right now and interest rates start dropping, if you buy bonds while the interest rates are where they are now, when they start dropping, you may actually see the value of your bonds go up. So that's great. Annuities and CDs are also based upon your interest rate. So if you like secure investments that at least give a reasonable return, then you may want to look at getting a CD or an annuity locked in at this point, because those will probably continue at the higher interest rate as the interest rates in general lower. So that's another thing that we're looking at as we approach the end of the year, is that they are looking at lowering interest rates. If you are in or near retirement, you absolutely want to take advantage of these types of products that are impacted by interest rates, because they are the ones that are the balance to your portfolio. They're the ones that give you safety. And if you can have some of these safe instruments performing at a higher level for longer, because you lock in some rates at a higher rate at this point, then your investment side will be not have to work so hard.
The whole interest rate thing, you said later in the year, is that done post-election, or is that something that's done pre-election to kind of influence your...
So, right, is there some potential
is there some
malingering going on there?
I mean, is it done on a timing basis to try and influence you? Because I mean, I don't follow interest rates quite so much, but I do see the gas price pumps, you know, and then they're going up all of a sudden.
Right.
So I find that interesting. I figured that would be something that would be going down right now to make everybody feel good.
Well, they tried. If you remember, about a month ago, prices started dropping pretty quickly. But I think that, you know, our economy is still weak right now. And then between the different strikes, and I mean, at the end of the day, like we are still trying to clean up the mess over the past several years. And so that is a normal tactic. Let's lower, especially of certain politicians or presidents, let's lower the gas prices right before the election, trying to make people feel better about the economy. But I just don't know if they were able to pull it off sustainably this time.
Yeah.
You know?
But the interest rate thing, you think that'll happen real soon or later?
Well, it's already started happening, and their trajectory is to lower about another 0.5% by the end of the year. Will it happen? Most likely, I think. Inflation at least on major items has slowed down, and the political push from either party is to lower interest rates. The Fed is the one who's in charge of interest rates. So there's only so much control politicians have over it. But is it possible they can influence interest rates lowering for the sake of the election? Yes, but other economic factors are actually lowering interest rates. So can they bounce back up in the next year or so? Absolutely. If we start running back up with high inflation based off of the way that whatever politician gets in there starts spending like crazy, that can really have an impact. But for now, it looks like the trajectory is that interest rates are lowering. So taking a look at high interest rate products at this point would be in your favor.
All right. So for your clients, especially right now in this election cycle, what do you tell them? Do something, hold steady for a while, see what happens. What's the number one strategy right now?
Well, you know, what I like, I don't like necessarily small, quick changes all the time based off of what's going on. You can do that on a personal level, but that's somebody who's going to take the time to really do a lot of market research. It's been proven over and over again. You're not really going to beat the market if you're going to be trying to play the market as a whole. If you're going to be investing in like mutual funds or ETFs or things like that, those have already been designed to kind of rebalance. There are some tools out there that use algorithms, and they'll take into account election years and things like that can lower some predictable, but human motions are unpredictable. And that's one of the biggest drivers of the ups and downs of the market. So you can try to guess what's going to happen from here to the end of the year. If you're in a balanced portfolio, and I mean a properly balanced portfolio, it shouldn't be that big a deal. Okay. If if you're 15, 20 years away from retiring, it's definitely not a big deal. In fact, you should start getting excited when, if the stock market goes down. Start throwing extra cash into it because you're going to be able to buy stocks at a lower rate. You're at the point where you're buying stocks, not selling them.
Yeah.
So market downturns don't hurt you, they help you. Okay. But if you're near retirement, you need a properly balanced portfolio. I will say this, and you'll have heard me say it 1,000 times. Using bonds, like most financial provider institutions are doing right now, as a balance for your portfolio is probably not the safest way to go, because bonds, whenever they're in mutual funds, can lose. So you need to find more creative and better balances to the portfolio. If you want to talk about that, Seven Waters Advisors. .com. You can set a meeting, or 903-445-1061. There are better strategies that work, that have been proven through lots and lots of research, that work better than balancing your portfolio with bond funds and such. So
there you go. All right, so just in case, if it ends up being, I'm throwing this out there, it may or may not, but if it ends up being a Yankees-Dodgers World Series, is that a boost to the economy?
Probably not. It may be a boost to the Bud Light's economy. May help them regain some of their classes.
All right.
But
it remains to be seen if that's the way it ends up.
Right.
It just seems like if it's those two, somebody's going to be making some money.
Somebody's going to make some money, but what is it? The rich get richer and the poor stay poor. So, all your marketers and all your sports companies and all that will win. And then as we approach the end of this year, just start working on a budget for next year. If you can figure out what you actually need to spend your money on, and not waste money, and dedicate yourself to saving up more money, that's the biggest thing you could do. Worrying about who gets elected or doesn't get elected. We've had terrible presidents in the past. We've had fine presidents in the past. We've gone through ups and downs economically, socially. We're always going to go through them. Can it go terribly? Absolutely. But when that happens, it doesn't matter how you invest. All your money's going to be gone anyway. So just invest consistently, invest in a balanced way if you're close to retirement, and invest aggressively if you're young. But last thing, I am not making any specific financial advice. This is just for educational purposes only. So obviously, you're going to speak to your own financial professionals, or you can give my team a call at 903-730-6688, and we're happy to put you on a pathway to make sure that you can meet all these goals.
Very good. George McFarland, Seven Waters Advisors. Sunday morning topic is?
Sunday morning topic really kind of goes into more tips on preparing for what do the wealthy do? How do they prepare? How do they get ready for the new year? So we'll be talking more about that this Sunday and next Friday.
Okay, very good. George, as always, thanks, sir.
Thank you.
7:45 here this morning. It's our Good Morning Texas